game number one. It's going to be a fun one. And LGD already sitting 6-0, so they've got a lot of confidence behind them too.
I'm really surprised that they went with Spectre into Necrophos, and also if they wanted to go for it, why not ban Necro? They lost yesterday 2 times against Gaming Gladiators playing versus Necro. Observer dropped down. Why, nothing to say. Not sure if that was revealed.
Does either team want this to be an aggressive bloodbath?
I could say Virtus.pro trying to get the kill. Task one of the heroes that, like, you get the tag team, couple of right clicks from the other heroes. It's the heroes melt.
Right.
30 seconds to battle.
Coming into the horn, 30 seconds to go. Cliff word placed here by Planet. And they've got the other one. Nothing to say on the opposite side of the river. Wrapping around, maybe finding Shiro. Hasn't picked anything level 1 up for the Tusk just yet. Noticed also holding on, and he's got 3 gauntlets of strength on him.
Plus circlet. Just noticed that build. It's 900 HP, 67 damage on Dawnbreaker. They're still waiting. This is a cool move.
Shiro. Yeah. He's got Time Walk. I don't know how much they're going to even go after him when Why You Smile is just the easier kill. So first blood there for Noticed. Why You Smile drops for it. And Virtus.pro, they get themselves off to a pretty solid start. Got to fill up the rest of that inventory with some even more gauntlets.
There's Bracer coming. Plus some extra tangos. Good start for Noticed. I think in this lane, Warlock needs to be super careful. They get on top of him with either Snowball or Ice Shards. Vayu Smile, he might feed in this lane, considering the start that they had. But the bottom lane is the one that I'm going to watch. Like, Neo on this Necrophos, you get the level 2 Heartstopper Aura, constant right clicks onto Spectre, get the level 3 Death Pulse every single time she gets close. It's going to be way too much damage early on for Kittredge to sustain through.
I'm definitely keeping an eye on Neo because with the offlane heroes that he plays, like, he still has such great farming patterns. He's always top of the net worth in LGD games for his team. It's kind of insane the patterns that he goes on, and you know, sometimes we just see him excel. I think he ended last game top of the net worth.
I love some good farming patterns. My favorite
phrase or thing.
Oh, one of my favorite things to do in Dota. This is the
nothing to say.
Matchup that we mentioned that they might need to flex this Kunkka because how bad of the matchup is against Templar Assassin, and you can see Squadix. All of these like Eastern European mid laners, they know how to utilize like there's going to be like Shadow Fiend. There's going to be Templar Assassin coming out in some games where it's a really good game for it. Oh, good side blade usage.
He is not really finding open space to get anything done here for nothing to say. But half the CS of Squadix at the moment. You could see Neo down here bottom. He's 12-2. He's doing a good job. So he's A-okay. He's keeping himself refreshed. He's got the CS going his way, going for these denies, and not really letting anything pass him by. But top lane taking a look and how well Shiro will do in a matchup like this. He's gone into the Wraith Band, and he's going for a second one to start. I want to see if he's going to be willing level 6 to whether or not he's going to make a move through the Twin Gate again.
Potentially. I don't think they
need Scythe or something.
Yeah, I don't think they need any kind of help in this bottom lane because it's just, again, it's not even difficult. It's unplayable. Like, you're just getting scraps pretty much. FNG is doing a good job dragging them away, so a couple of extra CS for Spectre is going to come through. Going for Earth of Shadows build. I've seen this build. Like, it's been a build on Spectre a few years back, but it's still coming back because you need some kind of a sustain early on. And it's a like relatively cheap item. I don't think he's gonna upgrade that to Silver Edge, even though you're playing into Necro. It's like you need different items.
Going after Neo. Gets to about a fourth of his health remaining. What's he got so far? He's got that full wand, so 9 charges on that. I believe he's got boots flying out to him. So it's gonna be hard to catch. What you were saying in the last matchup against Shiro on the Spectre, when you've got those boots, you can kind of run away from that spectral dagger and not be too afraid of it, right?
Necro, one of the slowest heroes
He's
in
still
the game.
very slow,
It feels like he doesn't move.
even with boots. I mean, does he have feet? Or is he kind of, I mean, he does stride like he has feet, but there's like that cloak over it. I don't know if he's just kind of floating in that area because he's undead.
Why do you always have to talk about feet, Pika?
That's not true. Why you smile top lane? He's there. Thank you. Distraction. Appreciate that.
Why
Notice
smile
getting
like
killed there.
in a difficult spot? Like they use the full combo. Dawnbreaker, notice he's level 4 and it still has a full creep wave coming towards him.
Under attack.
Very good spot for him to be in, and 22 and 12 also has himself 2 kills, both kills there for Virtus.pro for him. TP over mid, fatal bonds, and nothing to say. Gonna do some damage onto Squadix, but again, he's got that refraction, he's got a water rune to work with. It's not really bothering him all too much, but what they're doing is leaving you alone. Get that soul experience, maybe get that Reaper Scythe up and going as quickly as possible, trying to match him with the experience that Dawnbreaker is getting.
Level 4.5 for now. On Necro, 3 heroes mid for LGD. As you said, leaving Neo some solo XP. He's in a good spot. At the moment, 33 CS for him, but 36 and 14
Magic missile,
for
Blood
Squad.
grenade. Slow hero gets even slower, turning. Ghost Shroud doesn't have a death pulse for a little while. Shadow Realm Strike. FNG's in trouble. Magic missile again, but does have that death pulse now, and they might even get a second. Kiritich.
She has six
Ooh.
charges. Gonna be okay, but the Necro getting regen. And also bought infused raindrop, so that's gonna make him even more tanky. Level 5 right now. Spectre, like she needs to either get the kill, some kind of a trade kill, so that she gets enough shadow charges, or needs to bring a healing salve for him.
So Spectre is gonna need to be careful. Does have a salve, but a Shadow Realm Strike and a death pulse into a Reaper Scythe.
Why you smile read this perfectly. He knows, like he immediately TP'd bottom, so Tusk making a rotation, so he's gonna be there to back him up.
Bramble Maze down, Magic Missile used. Get the upheaval going. Good shards, goes into the Shadow Realm. Death Pulse comes in. Snowball's going to stop the upheaval. They've got
Nothing
the
to
Curse
say,
Crown of
it's
the
also
Kiritich.
coming.
Neo's
Level
not level
6.
6 just yet, but nothing to say is they get the kill on the Kiritich. They'll take out FNG. And now, well, notice is down here. He used the Solar Guardian, and Neo's going to continue to chase. Now with those kills, he is level 6. Bramble Maze, the damage in. Death Pulse on cooldown. Body blocks in.
Good body block.
Looking to get through the twin gates, and they're going to let him leave.
Neo didn't get the charge on Reaper side, didn't have enough mana to cast it, didn't want to pop Magic Wand, but LGD, very quick with the reactions. As I said, Smile immediately TPs to the bottom lane, and then you also have Kunkka TPing. Solar Guardian doesn't hit at the right time, so the both damage comes through, the full damage, and it's just way too much damage to heal through.
So they do get this tier 1 tower bot.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
As Shiro, he's halfway to level 6. But still not the easiest lane dealing with this Dawnbreaker, who's already in level 6 and close to level 7.
Radiant are
Not
scanning.
too fun there.
Both carries not really having a good time playing into bad matchups. Good thing is Squadix killed the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. This opens up the map so they can potentially backstab, go from different angle, maybe invade enemy jungle, steal some of the stacks that they potentially made, because I see LGD, they have 3 ancient stacks and 3 big camp stacks in the triangle.
Bramble Maze going again. Only level 4 for Kiritich. Curse Crown, Shadow Realm. Ooh, no Reaper Scythe commitment. But I just like Shiro's getting pressured, Kiritich can't find some safe time in his own lane, and he's by a tier 2 tower.
And there it is. They're stealing their stacks.
Uh-oh. Even up the stacks like that, Dragon Lance, Wands, probably the Deso after for Squadix. Top lane, Axe Upheaval, the Torrent landing. They've got the ghost ships come through and land on a notice. Will use that hammer to try and get up onto the high ground, but ends up still on the low ground. Celestial Hammer not enough. And a kill for nothing to say.
They also didn't need to use the Chronosphere, so they also have that potentially available for the bottom
They're
lane.
still on the Ancient stack too. Oh dear.
Dire are scanning.
This is massive. Something that Virtus.pro is doing really well is keeping up with the farm. Yesterday, when they played against Gaming Gladiators, both games, they managed to keep up with the farm for a good, like, 30 minutes.
First crown. Good dodge. And that's going to be torn up into the air. They might still get the kill into Squadix. Neo's got to be careful. He goes into the Ghost Shroud, and they have the damage. Oh,
Nice snowball
save all the way to Neo. They've got the Celestial Hammer. They'll get the kill to Neo. Now they've got the shards in front of YU Smile. Virtus.pro is a good fight for them as they'll take out a second. Avoid the Reaper Scythe, avoid the damage, avoid any casualties, and get themselves a third as they'll take nothing to say his life away from him. And everything looking good 10 minutes into the game for Virtus.pro.
Beautifully executed team fight by Virtus.pro. Spectre gets level 6. They get the jump, snowball save. I don't think that would kill him there. The Reaper Scythe, that is. But still, good save, dodging some of the damage and keeping everybody alive. Vengeful Spirit also getting closer to level 6. FNG holding on to Tumber's Toy. So much easier to close the gap if we're talking about the ganks or if you want to get the swap in. This is the why tier 1 tower is so important, because they can do this and not be afraid of enemies steeping to the tier 1 tower and then maybe sandwiching him in between. Squadix now with those stacks cleared on top of the net worth, sitting at 6,000 net worth 11 minutes into the game.
Planet. Wave of Terror, good shards. Terrorize, thinking about it, not getting it off. First crown pops, ghost ship coming through. FNG gonna swap north away from his team. That'll drag him or drag them away from Squadix.
Yeah, FNG with the aggressive swap drops the Watt in the old chat.
It is opening up space for Spectre, who has a 600 net worth lead over Shiro on the Void, who's really not having a good time at the moment, but he also went Midas. Or, well, he didn't go Midas. He's still going Midas.
He will get Midas. I mean, in terms of levels, he's at a good spot on Shiro. It's just that he couldn't farm. Warlock didn't put any pressure whatsoever. He died for the first blood. We can see the hero damage comparison.
DPM. Oh, Shadow Step. Snowball. Why you smile? That's going to be a kill for Kirtich, and that's one of the openings that you have available to you when you do have this Shadow Step up and running. If you see a weak support in the lane, you can just get a kill.
Good synergy between Templar Assassin providing vision with the traps.
Right.
And Spectre being able to jump. They want to kill Spectre potentially.
Dire's top tower is
Wait now for
Don't.
both Spectre and Dawnbreaker. So they're ready.
Blade Mail meta.
Yep.
I don't know. I kind of like it, to be honest. I know that if I see something for like 2-3 months, I want to see things change. But with Blade Mail, I don't know. I'm a big fan of this like tanky meta with the Blade Mail.
Kunkka's Blade Mail a little bit slower than average.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
So 2,000 net worth lead here for the side of Virtus.pro as they are looking for a Radiance next on Spectre. And of course, with the Shadow Step, when you're getting that bump in gold and getting these kills, it's always going to look a little bit better. And with the Chaotic Offering, they're able to get the kill on a YU Smile, swap out of the Chrono. Shiro really can't do anything. They go to the Terrorize, but they've got the
So many
Snowball. They get the
saves.
kill on a Shiro. saves on saves, and a Walrus Punch used. Blade Mail's getting popped. Reaper Scythe comes in to get the kill on the Heritage, so they'll take the Spectre out of the fight. They get a second in the Tusk. It's Necro doing everything it's been doing to Virtus.pro in the group stage. And more. Noticed going in for Planet. Magic Missile from FNG. News still wants it. Nothing to say puts Notice up into the air with the Torrent. Squadix has to be careful. He's got a little bit of health remaining on this one as the chase is on for FNG. If Nothing to Say can get himself an X. He's got it at level 4, so he do have the range, but not going to be needed as they get the kill now on FNG. They didn't use the X, and maybe the 4-step forward to get it onto Noticed, but he's just out of range.
It's not going to be enough. I mean, they have so many saves. They're like in terms of using those saves, they swapped him out. Plus, also Dawnbreaker ulti, so Solar Guardian heal didn't go through fully. It doesn't really matter. Then the Snowball save. They have so many things. And now they're going to run. They know that there's no Necro ulti, no boat, no Chronosphere, so they want to get something done. Another ulti from Heritage is available. He just time walked in.
So he's got no time walk out. Time ain't on his side as they get another kill on Ashiro. They are shutting him down at the moment. Really just making his life in this game very difficult.
Virtus.pro. It's exactly what they needed. Keeping this tempo, and you can see Notice stacking for himself. Another huge stack. Squadix is having a really good time on Temporary Assassin. I want to see if he picks up this Deso, because I also see Shard. We saw the power of Shard in our previous series on Temporary Assassin. Just having control, even a tiny bit of a silence against Faceless Void, against Necro. Even Dark Willow, where she can't use Shadow Realm, could be pretty big. Stopping Warlock from upheaval, using upheaval in the back lines, is going to be massive as well.
You know, it's looking like another game where New might need to be very active and open up the map for Shiro, because this game's not looking good for him.
Yeah, New's Necro's not that hero where he can just move around the map, especially with no boots of travel. So I feel like he's just gonna play this farm game. I see Radiance after finishing one smaller item for staff to get himself out of the trouble.
Is under attack.
So we have the X. Tidal Wave in the Brambles, Solar Guardian, Snowball. There's the save. Looking for the Terrorize. That lands on all three. FNG's going to die. Now another Reaper Scythe. Might not have noticed, but early and not going to get the kill. Bedlam, Chaotic Offering. Planet's dead. Tusk is close to going down. Squadix is up on the high ground, but with the Spirit Vessel, the chase is on and try and get the kill. Oh, the Shadow Word taking down low, and New's going to get the kill.
That's why we said, the power of teamfight. This is also no Chronosphere being used. Shiro still recovering from a bad laning stage, lowest net worth core, but Necro, if you don't focus him down, he's going to deal a ton of damage. This was also a fight where he didn't have Radiance, so just having Talisman of Evasion as his item. Again, these saves are coming out, and the 4-staff, very clutch from Neo, pushes himself out of the trouble. Ulti, not there completely, but everybody becomes super tanky from the boat combo, and Necro keeping them alive.
Right. My Smile using this Golem to farm this Ancient stack and the Fatal Bonds with the Upheaval. Standing with a Shadow Amulet doing it. Not going to work that time. They can see him trying to TP out, and he will die. Unfortunate for why you Smile, but he's trying to get anything he can. Sneaky taking the stacks, right? Anything that they could do to slow down the TA's game.
Virtus.pro stole some of their stacks, so
it's only
payback time.
Yeah. Both teams having wards up on this high ground, and well, now one team has wards up on this high ground. Damage rune bottom. So Shiro got that Midas, and now he's going into the Mantis style. Meanwhile, we've been talking about how Nothing to Say and you got to hold it together. They've got the Radiance in the hands of Necro going into the Death Seeker with that Shard, and then Nothing to Say, of course, wants that Ags. It's the build we've been talking about.
LGD will have 2 big items coming out. Necro just finished off his Radiance. once he gets his Aghanim shard, it's going to be even more heals. He can dodge stuff. The big one will be Aghanim Scepter that you just mentioned on Kunkka. It's going to be so much overtime damage, damage on the ground, upheaval, Torrent Storm, Tidal Waves, Radiance Burn, Heartstopper Aura. So fights for Virtus.pro is going to be extremely difficult. We did mention that Virtus.pro has extremely good Roche taking lineup, and they're going to use that 19 minutes into the game, take it. LGD probably, they have a good knowing that it's happening, but they don't want to take the fight right now.
Aegis for the side of Virtus.pro, and they smoke right out of the pit, and they're gonna go through the twin gates and potentially have a backstab on LGD. Let's see if they're ready for it. TP in, planted in the trees, and they see him. Uh-oh, that is a bad one to lose immediately, and they lose Neo as a +1. Man, they blew him up. Why Smile is going to be a third one here. They overstayed their welcome pretty heavily.
Not respecting damage coming out from Templar Assassin. They have so much minus armor, maxed Wave of Terror. There's also Solar Crest coming out on Vengeful Spirit right now.
Ooh, nothing to say. They go in with the snowball. Solar Guardian, Ghost Ship lands down, but now they've got the Walrus Punch for some more control. He doesn't have any mana. He'll pop a Blade Mail, but so will Spectre. Nothing to say with a Tidal Wave. Ooh, pushes Kiritich away, but he's able to get the kill anyway on Nothing to Say.
This is the timing where they want to strike. Spectre, super farm, they gave Aegis to Templar Assassin. I think the first Aegis belongs to TA. Second one, if they manage to kill Roshan, should probably go to Spectre, but it also depends, like, because your Templar Assassin might be the sieging tool and she might get the priority, but for now, TA holding the Aegis is going to open up the map. I want to see Virtus.pro playing aggressively, using this Aegis to secure some of the tier 2 tower kills.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
5,000 net worth lead. Have that Radiance on Spectre. So let's see how they use this timing with this Aegis. And if they can extend this and really break the game open. You're 1,000 gold away from the Ags on Kunkka. You are getting close to this Faceless Void Manta, but Shiro, I don't know if he's really yet in a good enough spot to want to fight, right?
Yeah, for sure. I just want to like see if they want to take the fight before Kunkka finishes off Ags. Probably not. They want to delay it as much as they can. Like, their late game is super strong, but so is Virtus.pro's. We've seen Templar Assassin being like extremely good at dealing damage in this like post 35-40 minutes. The hero did have one issue like long time ago where you needed to hit the timing. Now with the addition of the shards, you can eat the Aghanim Scepter talents and everything. It's a really strong late game hero.
So Shiro getting the shard, considering it's been purchased on the other 3 heroes, or on 3 of the heroes. So it was between him and Planet, and he ends up getting it. So now he's got the reverse time walk for free, which is a solid addition for him.
It's very early on, like something you don't expect, but if he gets silenced by a trap, still doesn't have anything to dispel it, will have Manta Style relatively shortly.
I like the translation of that line.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
What, the little translation lines that come up? Yeah. It's really cool. Great addition. The only person who can defeat me is myself. Squadix.
And other tens of thousands of Dota players.
Yeah. Everybody above my MMR can beat me. Never changed. I think it's staying a little bit quiet right now for LGD. I think that they want to stay back on their map, and we've seen where they've been farming. Their trends have kind of been a little bit more tight to their own base, considering the Aegis. But it's only got a minute left, so they can start to set up potentially on a pickoff if they want to do so. They're trying to get a heart into the hands of Necrophos, but he also picked up that early plate mail. We'll see if he finishes off with Shivas before the heart, or if he's just getting that extra armor to start. Smoke here by Virtus.pro as they again invade the triangle of LGD. And Shiro is going to be showing himself mid. He's going Scotty next too. He's not recovered completely yet compared to the TA. Blinking Walrus punch off the mark. Chaotic offering down now with the Fatal Bonds. They've got the swap. Upheaval will slow down FNG. Magic Missile on an EU as well as a Snowball going his way. So that will land onto the Necro. They get the kill. To say it's going to be Shiro with the credit. Time Wall can't get over the cliff and down to the low ground. So he's going to still continue to chase FNG as Nothing to Say gets stuck thanks to that Force Staff. Manta popped. There's the kill on FNG. Why You Smile gets it. And Nothing to Say is forced to TP out of this weird locked position.
Another good read from LGD, keeping the timing on Aegis and going there, taking the fight. Nice read from Shiro. He jumps away with the time walk. Tusk doesn't connect with the punch. I don't think... Oh, I hear Spectre ulti. Never mind, it's just a dagger for now. And the power of Templar Assassin. Solo taking the Tormentor. FNG picks it up. That's the big upgrade. Like, kind of hard to farm with Vengeful Spirit.
Venge. Decent amount of farm. I would say keeping up right now, at least with the Dark Willow. No Midas on this Willow. We've seen a lot of Midases on Dark Willow. So, to not see it here, but he's gotten into the Spirit Vessel as well as the Yules, and that was a Shadow Step used on Why You Smile. You get spotted for a split second. You're going to end up dead against this Spectre. As proven time and time again. Into the Shadow Realm, but another kill there. That one's for the Tusk. 2 kills for the side of Virtus.pro invading the enemy side of LGD.
Stealing some of their stacks. This has been something Virtus.pro did multiple times in this game. Heritage, level 18 on Spectre. Shadow Step, 40-second cooldown. So he can be anywhere on the map. Like, you might use it 2 times, someone buys back. Seems like they're not gonna let this one go, knowing that they revealed the ward on the high ground. Want to still take another fight. Roshan's going to be spawning in a minute, but you can see Squadix solo pushing the tower. Rest of the team ready to back him up with multiple saves that they have.
Children bottled up by Nothing to Say. As Kunkka also looking into a Shiva's. New got himself into the early parts of that heart. He got the Reaver. Just needs the Vitality Booster and the Recipe. Shiro Time Walk over the cliff and getting away from the TPs that were coming through. But LGD gonna get noticed here. Be noticed by the wards as Dawnbreaker staying relatively close by, thinking AC, then Nullifier. LGD, they're down by 11,000 and they need to hold on to this game. I think an Aegis and a good fight might just finish it off for Virtus.pro.
What LGD wants to do in a fight is have a prolonged team fight. Nothing to say. Well, scout him out. Torrent pulls it back onto the high ground.
Man, at the same time, though, Why You Smile just gets ripped apart. Heritage is doing so much with this Spectre with the Shadow Step every time it's off cooldown, like we saw Shiro do to Beast Coast. They can't even D-ward. The second they show under these wards, they're just gone. Oh, Walrus Punch. Right clicks, the silence, gets into the Ghost Shroud. Now they've got the Bramble Maze down, looking for the Terrorize, but the BKB. Tidal Wave's not going to pull him back. Still some damage on Aniu with the Death Seeker to get back up onto the high ground.
They need to fall back. Nothing to say. Still holding on to Shield Rune. Makes him super tanky. Let's see if he can steal this XP Rune. Sayu. 10 seconds until it spawns. They did put down the Observer Ward. So might pick up 2 of those. They know. LGD using a scan. This has to be one of the worst feelings in Dota right now. Especially the 7-minute XP Rune. You scan, you know someone is there, you just died. Like your offlaner isn't able to pick it up.
Just giving up too much there. Ooh, they're going through the Twin Gate, but FNG, oi! That Obs catcher, I think it just missed. Nothing to say, but he's showing on the wave. He's got some help, but Niu not nearby. And he's a big part of this. He is not got a TP either.
It's coming on the courier. No, never mind. It's just hard coming on the courier, which is going to make him
through the twin
super
gate, but
tanky.
he's going to go through the twin gate into an Obs. They know he's coming. He might just die immediately. He needs to be careful. Magic Missile comes in. They'll go with the Solar Guardian. They've got the silence. Can they get the kill? Yes, they can. Niu stay with the BKBB pop. I notice goes to the back lines. Gets why you smile. Some damage. Time dilation. Bedlam. Oh, both supports fall on the side of VP. And now they're looking for Kiritich. They've got the Chrono. They've got this Spectre. Oh, the damage is going to be enough. They'll take him out with no buyback. 75 seconds without him. And it's LGD, despite the rough start, taking that fight.
I want to see damage dealt by Warlock. I think he has the most damage done. Yep, there it is. Standard Warlock stuff, Fatal Bonds, Upheaval. You mentioned it, that he's going through the gates, Observer Ward, Sentry, on top of the trap from Templar Assassin, silences him, and they land some really good stuns. He disappears immediately. Terrorize, Fatal Bonds. There's just way too much damage. And also Torrent Storm. It's like these fights are super difficult to take, even though they have 10,000 gold lead on Virtus.pro. Like, finally, we see also a Chrono being used from Shiro, and with the Spirit Vessel, Dark Willow, Planet secures himself a triple kill.
They're still going to get Roche. I don't... Yeah, they're just not in time. There's no way. Despite the fight, they don't get Roche. So Shiro continues to farm. He's looking for a Satanic. He's got a double damage bottled. Even with this Aegis, you know, a good Chrono, which is down for another minute, could lead to them taking the fight anyway.
We did mention that Faceless Void doesn't need a BKB during the draft in this game, and he's completely skipping it, just becoming like super tanky, Manta-style Scotty, going into Satanic next into AC. Might change his mind, might need like a different 4th, 5th item, but we'll have to see. Because he got that shard for free, so having reverse time walk makes him super difficult to kill.
So Squadix pushing bottom in a little bit.
Radiant are scanning.
There's the Shivas for Kunkka. So they're coming over near their own Tormentor. Not going to spot anybody just yet. Shiro showing mid. He's got that double damage popped. Can they find anybody staying? Because they had this ward in the lane. And now they see the Tusk. They see the TA.
Observer Ward Sentry is ready. They're baiting if enemy wants to go for this Tormentor. I haven't seen a play like this ever since Tormentors have been added. Why you smile? Hiding underneath the Shadow Amulet, pulling off Chappie, ready to drop that Golem.
They're staying nearby. Both teams waiting for somebody to show for the Tormentor. Niu's in the lane at the moment, but the rest of the team hiding behind the trees. How long are they willing to be there? Now they see the TA with the ward that's in lane, so they know he's nearby. They haven't left just yet. Scan used by the Radiant over towards the south part of the map. And now it's Squadix just TPing away. So they will leave that position.
3 members of LGD literally AFK here for a good minute. We saw Dazzle in the previous series waiting for Tormentor to respawn. Nothing to say. He loves to be around this Tormentor area.
Yeah. Enjoys it quite a bit. And they have that gem on planet. Like you said, these Chinese teams, they get early gems. Not afraid to buy it early on. Pretty sure this one's been around for a while.
Mostly it's against, Templar Assassin. You want to see those traps. Silence, we saw how powerful it is.
Yeah.
when they caught Necro. I mean, they also landed every single ability that they had on top of him, which did help.
Planet? That was not the easiest Tormentor.
Kunkka, not the hero that like deals the most damage, unless he wants to use the combo onto Tormentor. And now all 5 members of LGD, they do have shards available.
Yes, they do. So all the shards available for them. The last one to get it was Planet, who's got that upgrade with the Cursed Crown. Maybe that makes a little bit of a difference, having control. And why you smile again here with the upheaval, just to push out mid with that Shadow Amulet. Not turning it into a full Glimmer. He wants to stay in Viz. Stand still and stay in Viz. No Glimmer, just 15 seconds. On that
It's a pretty smart thinking. He doesn't want to get, because if you upgrade the Glimmer, it
only lasts like a couple seconds instead of 15.
And he doesn't want to get to jump by Spectre, so he's hiding underneath the shadows of it constantly.
They're going. I don't know nothing to say. Does he have a way to survive? Ghost ships coming in. That's going to land onto FNG. They get the kill on the Why You Smile Planet. Now nothing to say to start. Shiro, now he's got to think whether or not he wants to go in. Time walk, time dilation. That will at least save Neo, but they lost 3 real quick. And that puts the gem on the deck.
Neo needs to be careful. They have Nullifier available.
Gem was picked up by Tusk. Time walk in, time walk out.
20 seconds until Aegis is going to expire. They're going to take this gem, get rid of some of the vision. Virtus.pro, when they get the first jump with Spectre, with like Tusk jumping in, getting the punch, and also Templar Assassin, they're going to instantly delete 1 or 2 heroes.
68% chance here for the side of Virtus.pro. Shiro has Scotty Satanic going into the AC next. Neo wants overwhelming blink, by the way.
Neo was thinking what he wants to buy. I saw Aghanim Scepter, saw Shiva's Guard, but Kunkka already bought that one. Like, he needs to be in the middle of the fight. I guess this is where Blink is going to come in handy. And also, if he picks up Overwhelming Blink, that's going to make him super tanky, plus also canceling some of the Blink daggers on their side.
Right. Is it ever going to be enough from Shiro? He's very hesitant on wanting to get in there with that Chrono. It's not been too
They need a
easy
big
for him.
combo. Like, Why You Smile. I think this is the most time someone spent in Shadow Amulet, and we're not talking about griefing the game. Like, he's actually playing the game, but he's constantly hidden.
Not sitting in the middle of a lane,
Collecting XP.
just collecting XP so he doesn't get the abandon. Interesting. So almost level 25 for Spectre too. Also has that Axe, so Haunt and Shadow Step both here for Spectre, and soon to get another 25, or get that first 25 talent. TA is 23, and the experience difference between these teams is pretty expansive.
massive. I'm watching Why You Smile. He moves straight into Shadow Amulet. Move.
Shadow Amulet does not want to die to the Spectre. Can't really show himself in lane at all. This is even dangerous for nothing to say. The 25s are going to come in pretty soon for all 3 cores of Virtus.pro.
And these are big 25s. Refraction instances, Dawnbreaker, like Starbreaker cooldown with your shard. And also Spectre, she just becomes like super tanky with 5% extra dispersion, dealing the damage.
So I was just about to ask, should anybody be going for a silver edge? And it is now Void trying to get one.
He's slowly running out of slots. Needs to replace this either Midas or Power Treads. He found Mindbreaker as a neutral item, so that's going to be some extra damage coming out from him.
Trickster's Cloak for Kunkka as well as Neo on the Necro. And if they can somehow snag this next Roche, they could find themselves in a good spot. They are down a lot of net worth as Virtus.pro have played so far the first 40 minutes of this game perfectly. So we have to see how it goes for them.
The game slowed down for a bit. Virtus.pro still waiting for that Roche to respawn, and you can see LGD. They need to get rid of this trap inside Roche, so Virtus.pro doesn't know when it's gonna spawn. Immediately onto Dark
Spectre
Willow.
in, yeah, going for Planet, goes into the Shadow Realm. There's the Blade Mail. Shiro just standing his ground. Neo's here. They go to the Reaper Scythe. It's almost enough damage.
He got
now.
the cheese
Oh,
off.
Eats the cheese, survives. They get the kill on Neo as well as Planet. Up in the air, there's the Chrono, but they've got the swap. Almost walks back into the Chrono. Nothing to say, he's going to get low. He ends up dead to Notice. They're going to buy back on both Neo as well as Nothing to Say.
Good
Heritage
snowball
going
save
after
again.
this faceless Void. Walrus Punch to knock him out. That's going to be a dead Shiro with no buyback. Heritage ends up dying on Neo, who he's got buyback, but they get a second kill on Neo. Nothing to Say, he's back into the fight by himself, and he's gone. Everybody dead on LGD. Some of them
This is
multiple
game.
times. GG. Straight up. Virtus.pro are the first ones to take a game off of LGD in a desperate situation to stay alive in the group stage.
We said that they need to pull off something big, and they do. Like, I was watching this fight, it was literally 0.1 seconds until he